There. Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you're all here. Pam Parkinson. I am teaching this continuing education class, and I'm just glad you're here. Because if you're not here, I'm talking to myself, which is kind of a problem sometimes. I'm thrilled to say, or embarrassed, one of the two. Guess what I did just for you? I brushed my teeth. I fixed the back of my hair. I'm wearing deodorant. I got all ready and I thought, what am I thinking? I'm not talking to real people. I'm talking to their little faces. So just know that that's what I did for you. So what did you do for me? Hopefully you're showing up. When I was brand new in doTERRA, you actually had to get in your car and drive somewhere for continuing education classes. What do you think of that? Now you don't have to do that anymore. Everything's online. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, I'm just glad to see you all are here. And guess what? Here's how this works. Not that you're not all Zoomaholics at this point, but how this works is I show you slides. I talk about them. And then right at the bottom, there's that little chat thing. And if you have questions or comments, you can just chat yourself silly. That's the upside. The downside is I don't see the chat. I don't respond to the chat because I don't see it. But other people will be monitoring the chat. So if you go chat, question, and you're like, why that heifer, she's not responding to me at all. It's because I'm not seeing any of that. So I'm looking at other things. So what do you think of that? So on that note, I am going to do that really cool thing called share screen. And I'm not sure this is my superpower, but by gosh, I'm gonna try it. So if everything works well, everybody, please let it work for her. We are going to jump on the pony here. So as far as I can tell, I go right there. And look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make my little faith go away. Let's see. How do we do that? I think you can see my face. There we go. Anyway, in case you're wondering, what was this class again? It's on stress, sleep, and emotions. And man, who doesn't want to know more about that, right? So let's go to the first question here. And that is, I love this. So you are taking notes, I hope, or taking notes in your own little head. And it says on a scale of 1 to 10, and with 0 being not a mucho and 10 being cowabungas, you got a problem going on, please answer the following questions. Number 1, how often are you aware of being stressed in your daily life? If that is a 0 and your middle name is cool as a cucumber, put a 0. If stress is your middle name, go for a bigger number. Next one, how concerned are you about the quantity and quality of your sleep? Some of you are going, what is this sleep you speak of? I don't do those things. Pick a number there. And last but not least, how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? Got that? That's the next question. So then we move on, all right? So there's a picture of the brain. And in your brain, you have a guy called your hypothalamus living in there, which is like a little baby control tower. And when you are stressed out, which I'm sure happens to no one here, but when that happens, it orders the brain to send out those stress hormones, which are actually designed to protect you, but can absolutely mess you up. So if you look at symptoms of chronic stress, what's the first one? Wearing your cranky pants, right? Second one, anxious feelings, depressions, head banging activity, the inability to sleep, poopity-doo in the immune function department. And of course, when you get stressed out, what's your heart doing? Boom, 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 boom. Increased blood pressure. And this little one at the bottom just blows me away every time I read it. 70% of your sleep problems are related to that, the psychophysiological issues. A mere 30% are divvied up between environmental and medical. Environmental meaning I have a dog that sleeps on my head, or you've got, I don't know, you've got, some kind of medical issue or medications you're on, or, you're on a sleep machine or something for the medical part. So the increased cortisol levels keep your melatonin from doing what it's supposed to do. So y'all don't sleep good. So what can you do about that, you ask? Oh, I thought you'd never, ever inquire. So here's a couple possibilities. The guys on the left are what I do, okay? And that is every night before I go to bed, I take a Serenity Soft Gel and a Copaiba Soft Gel. You can read right there what they're good for. Calming, helping you sleep, all those good things. I love them, love them, love them. And what's the other thing I love about them? Not only do they help you sleep, but they don't help you sleep in a way that makes it difficult to wake up. Because tons of things out there can knock you out. Not everything out there will allow you to wake up. Door number 2 is adaptive soft gels and Copaiba, or as other people say it, Copaiba, if you're pronouncing it, phonetically. And then Yarrow Palm capsules. When those came out, I thought they were predominantly for lovely skin, of which I'm a fan. But really, when you read what's in those puppies, man, fabulous support for your brain. And let's face it, your brain plays big time and your ability or inability to sleep. And you can read all that other good stuff there, because I'm not going to read you all the slides. Door number 3, there is a critter called a roller bottle. I happen to have one here. Looks like this. Has a little roller guy at the top. And this is a recipe that you can do. You get an empty roller bottle. Into it, you insert 20 drops of each of these oils. You can see right there, frankincense. Yes, what it says, plus frankincense has a job, and its number 1 job is to support your nervous system, which might be a little frayed here and there. Vetiver is a natural sedative. Bergamot is like the number 1 oil for depression and anxiety, to be honest with you. And of course, we've got Roman chamomile that's good too. So you whip it up, you top it off with fractionated coconut oil, which is a carrier oil, and it gives you ideas where to put it. Some of you are going, excuse me, my big toe has never had a hard time sleeping. Why would I be putting it there? The answer to that is there's a pressure point on your big toe for y'all's brain. And since we know that's a culprit in sleep, put it on the pads of your big toes. You put it on your feet, gets it on the bottoms of your feet, gets in your body quicker too. And this stuff smells PDF, pretty darn fine. So do huff some, as it says. Next thing, this is the doTERRA Mood Matrix. You will see this picture multitudinal places all while you are doTERRorizing about. Take a look at it real quick. 4 oils there: Serenity, Balance, Citrus, Bliss, Elevation. So look a little closer, tells you what each of those oils are good for, right? So let us say that you are feeling fatigue. Then according, excuse me, to the recipe, what should you be doing? You should be having y'all's selves some Serenity and some Citrus Bliss, right? What if you're just not feeling peaceful, agitated? Your Serenity and your Balance would be good choices. If you are feeling like passion passed you by, and passion can also be one of those things of just not feeling like any zippity doo-dah about anything that's going on in your life, you've got options there. All of these oils smell just this side of heaven. They are fabulous, and their main superpower in this scenario, although everything is good when you put it on the bottom of your feet if you don't love the way it smells, aromatically, they are amazing. You can put them in a diffuser, you can drop them in your hand, and feel free to huff away. Next thing, the Adaptive collection. Oh my gosh, what's not to like about Adaptive? When it came out, everybody in doTERRA was excited, because what does Adaptive do? It pretty much caters to what I personally call jiggy brain activity, because, we do need to be compliant. Jiggy brain activity, most of us know someone with it, or we are the owner. Jiggy brain activity can be falling in a funk. I've fallen in a funk and I can't get out. It can be depression. It can be anxiety, all that crazy brain activity this is good for. And I did hear a fabulous testimonial from a young woman that made it to age like 19 or 20 with, unicorns and rainbows, and the sun came up every day and life was fabulous. And one day she woke up and hit a giant wall and had a solid year of crying every day and funk and depression, and just couldn't climb out. It was terrible. And so when she did climb out, This was the ladder she used. I asked her specifically, what did you do? She took one of the adaptive capsules every day, and she said it took about a week for it to kick in. So if you suck it up and it doesn't pull you out of the abyss by tomorrow, keep doing it. Number 2, the bottle on the right is adaptive oil. She diffused it, and the bottle on the left is an adaptive roller, which she carried around and, you know, just anointed herself when she needed to. So if you know anybody out there that has functimonious issues like that, this is a really good thing to try, okay? Next thing, diffuser recipes. A diffuser is a little appliance that you put water in and add oils. And I'll leave this on the screen a minute here so you can screenshot it, take a picture if you care. It just tells you, it makes suggestions if you want to help with stress, sleep, and emotions. These are some lovely diffuser recipes you can try. And if you look at what's on there, they're lovely. Now, if you're newer to doTERRA and you're like, man, I don't have all that stuff, improvise. You know, even if you diffuse 1 or 2 of them, something good will happen, trust me. Next thing, here is an idea. Here's a sample wellness box, because you know we have this cool thing called the Loyalty Rewards Program, and when you order on that, you can get free stuff. So when you order the adaptive collection, the ones we just talked about, I think I read that you save like $14.50 from buying each guy separately. Hey, what's not to like about that? But if you buy the collection, the wild orange, some Copaiba Basap gels, and a bottle of Balance, it is $145 in dollars. In the event that you put that order in between the 1st and the 15th of any given month, you will receive the oil of the month for free. What is the oil of the month, you ask? Depends on what month it is. We do not personally choose it. doTERRA chooses it. But guess what? Does it really matter? It's usually in the $10 to $16 price range. And if you do an order of $125 or bigger or more, of which this qualifies, every month between the 1st and the 15th, at the end of the year, you're going to have 12 free oils. How cool is that? And you can love them and adore them. You can use them as gifts. If you get a bottle of something that you don't know what in the schnoodly-doo it is, you'll learn about it and fall in love. Those are all good things. And you get product credits, which if you don't know about that, you should. So next part of this, now that you are rested and sleeping and your emotions are taken care of, or you have the hope those will happen, we're going to talk about this, using oils, sharing oils, and teaching others. So 3 ways to share right there. Obviously, just poking an oil under someone's nose is a way to share. And so it's got 3 things there of referrals, enrolling, and building a team. So we'll touch on each of those. So if you are one of those people that says, ooh, goodness, I have a little oil habit going on, which that used to be me. I mean, I still have an oil habit, but this was my gateway experience. I needed to somehow figure out how to pay for that every month because I wanted one of each. So what did that mean? You need to carve out 3 to 5 hours a week out of your wackadoodle life, and you need to find other people that need these products, which by the way is not that hard. And you'll see that there's an E and a P and an S there that stand for Elite, Premier, and Silver, shows you dollar amounts. And even if you were to make $300 a month by doing these things, guess what? That pretty much can help you with your oil habit, right? Next thing, if you're like, yeah, I need a little more money than that. I need oils and, then some. You need to carve out a little more time, 10 to 15 hours a week. And you're looking for people that want to enroll, that want to be customers. And you're looking for somebody else who's in the same bucket as you are and says, hey, I'd like to supplement my income. And you're looking for a builder, somebody who wants to join you. And this just shows you some other positions in doTERRA and the income you can make there. Next thing, you can replace your income because there are people out there, you might be one, that have a JOB, otherwise known as just over broke, or maybe they have a fabulous job, but they have no personal freedom. They are tethered to the job great money. They don't have 1 minute to wiggle. And there are lots of people in doTERRA that have moved from having no control to owning their own business. And so obviously bigger time and commitment, enrolling more people, looking for more builders. And you can see these are real numbers. This isn't something that I just, pulled out of the ethers. These are real numbers from real people in terms of income. Pretty cool, huh? Then if you want to get your oils paid for, you're like, okay, how do I do that? Well, number one, you give your friend a, oops, sorry. Yes, stand on your head. I better keep my hand off the mouse. You give your friend a sample of something that's a big deal to them. So now that you know about sleep and stress, you could give them a sample of one of those. If they have head banging activity, they're gassy as all get out, have digestive issues, they've got creaky parts, give them something to help them out. Then you're going to tell them 3 cool things about essential oils. You're going to tell them 3 ways you can use them. You're going to show them some sets of oils. The end. Like, how tough is that, right? And what's another thing you can add to that? Carry stuff with you. Favorite thing in the world. I actually have 2 keychains in my purse. You can, carry them around with you and, share some huffing. Cute little booklets. Healthy can be simple. There's all kinds of little booklets that tell how to use oils. doTERRA sells samples of Deep Blue and Happy Little packets and the prepackaged little toothpaste guys. If you want to share online, oh my gosh, at doTERRA.com, you can see it gives you a little recipe there, and there's so much information there. You could move in and stay there for months at a time. There's so much cool stuff. So you got options. So 4 ways to earn. When you enroll others, you are able to make some extra money. You can make money through Fast Start bonus, Power of 3 bonus, a unilevel bonus, and a leadership bonus. And you're like, what the heck are those? Well, Fast Start, and boy, I'm going to blow through this quickly because my goal today was to whelm, not overwhelm. Fast Start is showing you that you and the person that enrolled you and the person that enrolled them all make a little bit of money when everybody enrolls somebody. So you get a bonus on the people you enroll, the people they enroll. If they pay it every gosh darn week for the first 60 days. And the only contingency is you, as the person that's the enroller or whatever, needs to have 100 PV in a loyalty reward in order to get this bonus. So here's an example. Lisa enrolls Megan. Megan has the top order as her enrollment order, the middle order for the 2nd month, the one at the bottom, the 147 for the 3rd month. And so what are the benefits to Lisa since she's been talking and training and working with Megan? For those of you with great mathematical abilities, if you add 45 and 15 and 29, you will come up with the amount in Fast Start dollars that Lisa got due to Megan's ordering in those first 60 days. Pretty cool, right? Then Power of 3 bonus. This is one that's also pretty cool. It's based on the structure of your team. So obviously got to have a team, and each member in this little picture has to have at least 100. And let's see, there should be another thing. And each little matrix here needs to have, I love that, 600 TV. That does not involving television. That should be PV, product value, to qualify for Power of 3. So that's one. When you're interested, we'll give you details. It could be crazy. So for you, however, let's go back. I could go back, couldn't I? I moved kind of quickly. But what do you need to know about Power of 3? It can be $50, $250, or $1,500. You must admit there's not one of those that isn't significant. And when you get your $50 bonus, you tell the 3 people that are right there, hey, want to get a $50 bonus? And when you help them get their 50, you get a $250. When you help the 250s, or then we just help with people down the line. Are you getting the vibe here? Nobody makes any money unless you help people. Got that? All right. Then how do you learn how to do all this? You learn to effectively share doTERRA by signing up for the daily mentor calls. This woman here is Elise Chedevive. She is a doTERRA triple diamond, and she has 50 days of mentor calls. And for those of you which are sitting here going, but I'm not a salesperson, thank goodness. We are communicators, educators, and sharers in this, and she gives you word choices for everything. So go to dailymentorquarrelcalls.com. For crying in a bucket, it's free. What do you got to lose, right? So last but not least, when you share doTERRA products, what are you doing? You're bringing hope and wellness to the people you love, your community, the world. Selling doTERRA is about service, 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 because one drop at a time and one person at a time, we are serving the world with wellness solutions. Do you love that quote? Oh my gosh, I think it would be lovely wallpaper, don't you think? So I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to come back. There I am. And just say to all of you, thank you a billion times over for showing up, for investing in yourself, for listening to this presentation. And boy, it would make me so happy to know that y'all got some benefit from today, that you all learned something. So next time I see you, if you're napping, I'll know that I didn't do a good job, because the idea here is to help you sleep. If you are biting all your fingernails off, that means, hey, you didn't do the stuff because you're still very anxious. So promise me that you will go back to your notes. You can watch this as many times as you want to. I think it's recorded somewhere. Get the ideas, do your due diligence, look after yourself, because you know what? When you get good rest, when you have peace in your heart, the world's just a better place, and you're able to go out there and be who you really want to be. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Again, my name is Pam Parkinson, and no matter what you ask me, my answer will always be, I think I've got an oil for that, and now you do too.